Unimaginable grief tonight after the downing of a Malaysia Airlines passenger jet in what's widely being called a terror attack. MH17 was flying from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur when a Russian-made missile blew the plane apart over eastern Ukraine. What we know so far: 298 people were on board, 15 crew, 283 passengers. None survived. 28 Australians have been killed, 7 from WA, including a Perth businessman and 3 of his grandchildren. Ukraine's president has blamed Russian-backed rebels. Prime Minister Tony Abbott says we owe it to the dead Australians to bring the perpetrators to justice. Tonight, 7 News has comprehensive coverage from around the world. Hugh Whitfeld is standing by in Ukraine. Jeff Parry is in Kuala Lumpur. We begin in Ukraine at the crash site.
A fireball kilometres away, then a plume of black smoke and panic. It was the moment MH17 with 298 people aboard plunged into farmland in eastern Ukraine. The Boeing 777 had been cruising at 1,000 kilometres an hour, 10 kilometres up. This, it seems, was the result of a Russian surface-to-air missile. Debris was scattered for about 20 kilometres near Ukraine's border with Russia, a flashpoint for months.
The shooting was pretty intense before that. I heard a lot of noise in the sky, and then I heard several shots, then a strong bang.
Malaysia Airlines markings were prominent. Parts of the fuselage, the wheel bay, the promise of a holiday. Almost everything charred, and among the passports retrieved, the unmistakable navy blue of Australia, one of many.
154 Dutch passengers were on board the aircraft, 27 Australian passengers, 23 Malaysian.
28 Australian victims were confirmed, 7 from WA, including Perth management consultant Nick Norris and his 3 grandchildren.
Just gentle, clever, amazing, beautiful kids.
Melbourne University student Elaine Teo, 9 Victorians, at least 9 Queenslanders. Also passengers from Indonesia, Great Britain, Germany, Belgium, the Philippines, Canada, many on their way to an AIDS conference in Melbourne. From Ukraine's Prime Minister,
Today the war has gone beyond the territory of Ukraine. The consequences of this war have caught up with the whole world.
And the whole world, it seems, is horrified.
The trampling of justice and decency in the pursuit of national aggrandisement and reckless indifference to human life should have no place in our world.
Yeah. This is a violation of the rules of civilization. It is a tyrannical, wild act.
The aircraft was a code share with Dutch airline KLM. It was targeted mid-air close to its cruising altitude. It was about 2 hours into its flight from Amsterdam when air traffic controllers lost contact. There was no distress call. Malaysia's Prime Minister had already shouldered so much of the burden from missing flight MH370.
We insist that the perpetrators must swiftly be brought to justice.
Outside the Dutch embassy in Ukraine's capital, Kiev, there was a mountain of flowers. Some airlines, including Delta in the US, avoided eastern Ukraine, but there was no standing order. With unprecedented speed, within hours of the crash, in fact, the world was given a first-hand account of how this calamity unfolded, a devastating initial blow in an escalating diplomatic war. Ukrainian intelligence released audio it claims to have intercepted between a pro-Russian separatist and a Russian intelligence officer. This is that recording.
Только что сбили самолет, группа минера за Янакиево упал. Поехали искать и фотографировать сбитый самолет. Дымится. 30 минут назад где-то.
The separatists realize it's a civilian plane.
Значит, это Чернухинские сбили самолет. Пилотом с Чернухинского блокпоста. Казаки, что на Чернухина стоят.
Да, майор.
Значит, самолет рассыпался в воздухе в районе шахты Петропавловской. Первый 200-й. Нашли первого 200-го. Была женщина. Да, гражданский. Да, Саша.
Ну что у вас там?
Короче, стопудово гражданский борт.
Понятно. А этот, народу много там?
Это пиздец. В обломки прямо во дворы падали тут. Так вот.
Борт какой?
Да я еще пока не разобрался, потому что я не был возле основной части. Я только вот смотрю там, где начали первые тела падать. Там остатки внутренних кронштейнов, кресла, тела.
Понятно.
Вот так
Из
вот.
вооружения есть что-нибудь?
И вообще ничего. Гражданские вещи, медицинские ошметки, там полотенце такое, туалетная бумага.
Then another call involving separatist commander Nikolai Kozitsyn.
Это оказался пассажирский. Упал в районе Грабова, там море трупов, женщины, дети. Сейчас казаки там смотрят это все дело. По телевизору передают вроде бы как этот, Ан-26 украинский транспортник. Но, говорят, написано на нем малазийские авиалинии. И что он делал на территории Украины?
Ну, значит, завозили шпионов, не знаю. Понял. Не
Так
будет
точно.
так, сейчас война идет, блядь.
Russia says suggestions it is somehow involved are stupid. The state over which territory it happened, says Vladimir Putin, is responsible for this terrible tragedy. There are claims the pro-Russian separatists accused of shooting down MH17 have retrieved the plane's black boxes and handed them to Moscow, igniting fears an independent forensic investigation will be compromised. Robert Ovadia.